now when you are working and traveling, I really recommend that you pick longer trips, which is so cool, right? But it really helps with sort of stopping you from feeling rushed, stopping you from like feeling, oh, dang it, I didn't get to like squeeze that thing in because I had to do some work. Give yourself extra time, be really gentle. You know, I'm going to Greece for a month and I'm only going to 3 islands because I know some of my days I'm going to be working, or some of my mornings I'm going to be working. So it's a much more relaxed experience if you give yourself plenty of time.
Wanderlust babes.
How are you? This is Hello from Greece.
Hello.
Hello, Wanderloves. How are you? How are you? I have some really exciting news. I am working and taking my business to Greece for the month of October. I'm so excited. A couple of things sort of ended up happening. My partner had like a gap between when he was moving out of one place and moving into another. So he had October free, and it's rainy in October where I am. So I was like, you know what? I can pick up my laptop, take my business anywhere. Let's go to Greece for October. So I wanted to hop on live here for 2 reasons. First is, if any of you guys have been to Greece, please comment your recommendations below. I'm going to be going to Athens and Crete, Mykonos, and Santorini, I believe, but definitely really flexible and playful in there. So any comments about Greece, add down there for me, please. And then while you guys are all hopping on, I really wanted to take this opportunity to share some tips that I have every time I pack up to go traveling with my biz. So tip number 1 is to let your client know in advance, obviously, that you're going, but normally like a month in advance, and then a couple warnings, 2 weeks out, 1 week out, all that kind of stuff. Your client's most likely going to be really busy, have their own schedule, so they need lots of reminders that you're going to be taking your business traveling and working from another country. And this would be your opportunity as well to kind of compare time zones as well. Maybe you have to reschedule some meetings. I've definitely gotten up in like the middle of the night to take meetings because we couldn't reschedule them. So making sure that you are really clear with your client first before you even get on the plane. Let's give yourself about 4 weeks or a month or whatever. And hi, Chastity. And let yourself, set you and your client up for success for the fact that you're going to be working, and just kind of assure them that there's going to be very little disruption, and make sure you kind of map out a plan, given your time zone, all that kind of stuff. Hi, Cindy, Roxanne, hello, say hello. Okay, tip number 2 is no matter what time zone you are traveling to, you have to respect your client's time zone. And sometimes your client's time zone might be ahead of yours. So that might mean that you have to be ahead of your tasks, ahead of your assignment. So you still want to make the experience really comfortable for your client. Just because you're traveling, that doesn't mean it should interfere with them and their business and their work. This is something that you want it to be really easy for you and your client so that you can keep traveling and they know you can do it and they don't mind. So make sure you respect your client's time zone. So, meetings, try to make it a comfortable time for them, any projects, emails, all that kind of stuff. So really respect your client's time zone. That's tip number 2. Tip number 3 is when you are traveling, remember you're going to be making money while you travel, which is so cool. Give yourself extra time. Instead of going for a trip for 2 weeks, think about going for a month. This stops you from feeling rushed while you're traveling. And then you can take days where you just do some work. Or if your client has sort of like a rush task or some last minute stuff, you don't feel so bad if maybe you delay some of your, tourist walking around stuff by a couple of hours. So now when you are working and traveling, I really recommend that you pick longer trips, which is so cool, right? But it really helps with sort of stopping you from feeling rushed, stopping you from like feeling, oh, dang it, I didn't get to like squeeze that thing in because I had to do some work, give yourself extra time, be really gentle. You know, I'm going to Greece for a month and I'm only going to 3 islands because I know some of my days I'm going to be working, or some of my mornings I'm going to be working. So it's a much more relaxed experience if you give yourself plenty of time. Next tip is, this is my recommendation. You might not like it, but I suggest you travel alone. Or if you travel with companions, you must set really, really clear boundaries that you are also working. Sometimes as virtual assistants, we'll go traveling while we work, but we'll be with people who are in full vacation mode. And that disconnect can be difficult to navigate. You can feel guilty because you're not going at the same pace as them, or you know, maybe they want to stay up late and you have to be up for a meeting, something like this. So I've always enjoyed more sort of traveling alone and running into other remote workers. There's lots of really cool websites and groups and programs you can join and stuff like that if you want to connect with other remote workers. Or if you do go with friends, set really clear boundaries. I did do a trip to Japan about a year ago, and what I ended up doing is I made my own independent trip, and then I mapped it out so there was crossover with my friends that were going. So there was that, and then I navigated that time and I set really clear boundaries with them, and we all like shared an Airbnb, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna go to this cafe and get some work done, because they were in full vacation mode and I wasn't. I was in work travel mode, which is actually 2 really different modes. And so I always recommend either travel alone or set really, really clear boundaries with you and your travel companions. Second to last tip, I don't know what number I'm at, but second to last tip is, before you go, figure out what you're going to do for Wi-Fi. Remember, the reason why you can do this is because all you need is Wi-Fi. So you've got to figure out how you're going to figure that out. You got to figure out where you're going to get it. And that can either be cafes, if you really kind of want to limit your work time to cafes, or your hostel or your hotel or your Airbnb, anything like that. But what I really recommend is to open up the freedom of your travel. Try to get Wi-Fi on your person. So that either means renting like a Wi-Fi hub, which is like literally a little box that like exudes Wi-Fi, and you can like keep it in your pocket and you're always connected to it. Or you can do something like getting a data SIM card for your phone and then hotspotting so that your laptop can connect with it. This is the best part, because now you can take advantage of those long train rides, get some work done. Ferry rides between islands in Greece, I'm going to be getting some work done because I'm going to get a SIM card with a data plan and I'm just going to hotspot my laptop. Airport layovers, suddenly you can repurpose all this time to get some work done. You can get internet off of the airplane and business expenses. So get really, really creative about where you're going to find Wi-Fi, so you're not limited to, you know, designated cafes, or really try to, as much as you can, get Wi-Fi like on your person. So that means like even at home right now, if you're starting your virtual assistant business, when I started my business, I upped my data plan on my cell phone. So like I could be camping and hotspotting and doing, you know, working off my laptop. It's so, so cool. So make sure you figure out how you're going to get Wi-Fi before you even get there. And my last tip about working and traveling is make your mobile office easy. Find yourself a good backpack, one with like a pouch for your laptop. I have like Velcro zip ties around all my cables and cords so they don't get like messed and knotted with each other in my backpack. I've got like a battery pack for my cell phone, whatever those things are called. I've got one of those so I can always be plugging my cell phone, especially if my cell phone is my source of Wi-Fi. All these little things, and I put it in a backpack that's not too big, not too small. It fits a water bottle. It fits on my back. I can take it touring. You know, I can take it on the go because maybe I need to, you know, get to point A and then I'll work for an hour and then I'll like go walk in that temple or that museum or whatever, and then I'll work for an hour. So make your mobile office really, really, really travel friendly. So Those are my tips for traveling and working. I'll go through them again. First one is let your client know well in advance and sort of map out your tasks and your schedule so that they feel really confident about it. Make sure you respect your client's time zone. Remember, it's not really their fault that you're going to be time zone hopping around, so that's your responsibility. 3, give yourself extra time. Travel for a longer period of time so you don't feel rushed, which is such a cool perk. 4, go alone or set really, really clear boundaries with your travel companions. 5, figure out how you're going to get Wi-Fi before you get there. A lot of Wi-Fi you can instantly get the moment you step off the plane, which is awesome. And the last one is make your mobile office really, really easy for you to carry around. So this was all inspired because I'm going to Greece for the entire month of October. You guys won't notice a difference, which is so, so cool. If you've been to Greece, comment below. Let me know. Let me know what I need to do. Any like Greek expressions that won't get me in too much trouble, let me know. So glad you guys hopped on. Bye, everyone.